When you are looking at MyKCC's homepage, right? So you get logged into MyKCC, you log in using your student access username and password. Now you're here. So when you look up here at all these tabs, you're going to see this one that says LRC. Click on this really quick, and then you will notice that it will take you to all of our databases here at KCC. Here we go. Here are all of our resources at KCC that you can use through the library to do your research projects, right? So we're going to start by looking at EBSCOhost really quick. So let's just open this one. EBSCOhost is a fantastic resource to start with, and maybe, use a lot of the time. It is fantastic. I really, really enjoy it. We have a ton of databases all in one place, and that makes it really convenient. So when you get to this page, go ahead and click this right here. And then it will take you to the landing page where it will have all of our databases selected, or all of our databases available for you to search. So where it says here, searching all databases, go ahead and click here. You'll see that every single one of these has been selected by default. That's not a very efficient way to search. It doesn't really make the search engine or the database work for you. So if I were you, I would click this right here where it says select all, deselect everything, and then choose the databases that were going to be more tailored to whatever topic you are currently researching. So let's say, for example, you are researching renewable energy. If somebody were to say to me that they were researching renewable energy, I would suggest that they start with searching Academic Search Premier. So as you start looking at these databases, you'll notice these boxes here. Go ahead and click them if you're going to select them, right? Selecting Academic Search Premier means that you are getting a good breadth of information that's more general information. I really, really have always sworn by Academic Search Premier. This is where I like to start. But if we scroll down a little bit further, you'll see this one that says General Science Full Text. Go ahead and select this one too. This is another good one that's got a lot of different science disciplines all in one area, including environmental science. Green File is another good one. This one is a database that is about the environment and human impact to the environment. So if you were researching renewable energy, this would be a fantastic source to look at. And then as you're looking through them as well, you'll kind of notice that there are a bunch of different disciplines that are being covered here. So if you're not researching renewable energy, that's totally fine. We have so many different databases that are about a variety of subjects. So if you're researching something in business or psychology or sociology or medicine, we have databases that you will be able to look through as well. So please feel free to always take a look and see what we have. And if you ever have questions about what we have, please drop in to the library and ask me, or email me and or call me and I can discuss that with you that way as well. So if you were again researching renewable energy, go here to Master File Premier as well. It's kind of like Academic Search Premier. It's a general sort of information database. It's really, really good for general information. So if you go down here, you'll also see Science Reference Source. Science Reference Source is another one of those science databases that has a lot of information across science disciplines. You'll notice some of these also have an ebook collection that goes along with them. You can always click these as well and take a look at whatever ebook offerings we have for whatever subject you may be researching. But for now, we're just going to hit the select button here because I think that we've got a pretty good breadth of information or breadth of databases so far. So we'll just go ahead and hit the select button. Once you do that, it will say you're searching Academic Search Premier and four more. So all 5 of the databases that we selected are going to be right here. So then let's just start by searching, right? You're researching renewable energy. You'll type that in. And you'll notice that there's about 44,000 results that have just gotten retrieved, right? So going up here underneath the search bar, you'll see this peer reviewed button. When you click the peer reviewed button, it's going to make sure that every single item that's being retrieved is considered peer reviewed or considered scholarly, meaning that it has gone through really strict academic rigor to ensure that it is good information, right? Next, you'll go up here where it says all time, if because you can see we still have about 9,000 going on here. So if you go here where it says all time, you can see where you can also limit by date or date that it was published. So if we click this past 10 years, it's going to be making sure that we've got everything that's been published within the last 10 years, kind of like what I told you guys just a little bit ago about how the best information is oftentimes within the last 10 years. Any older than that, you might start getting into stuff that's considered out of date. So you can see here that there's still about 5,700 articles for you to sift through. So let's say that it's just that might be too much for you to sift through. I mean, you can certainly sit here and go through all 5,700 if you would like, but if you want to hone in your search a little bit more, I will show you how to do that really quickly. So let's go here to the EBSCOhost homepage again. You'll see that we're still searching these databases that we selected. And then go over here to where it says advanced search. We'll click that. So going here, you'll see that there are now 3 different fields for you to enter search terms into. So let's say that you're still interested in renewable energy, but truthfully, you just retrieved too many things and you want to be a little bit more specific, right? So if you see this here where it says and, you can type in something related to renewable energy. So let's say that you're interested in renewable energy and sustainability. So when you do this, when you use this and function here and you hit search, it is going to retrieve all articles that are about renewable energy and sustainability, as opposed to just renewable energy. So it's going to specify your search further. You can see here too, we're going to have to do all of our limiters one more time. But you can see after we did that, there's only about 400 articles for you to have to sift through, which is a lot more manageable than 5,700 or however many we just had, right? But let's say that you want to do something else with your search, right? So we'll go back to the advanced search function and we'll type in renewable energy. And where it says and, you can actually click this down button here and see that there are 3 different options for you. So if you click or, you use the word or when you are searching in this way to expand your search. So let's say, for example, for some reason you didn't retrieve enough when you typed in renewable energy, and you're just like, I'm not really thinking that I had enough, right? So let's say you type in renewable energy and you say, or alternative energy. Those are similar terms, right? So this is making sure that it is retrieving anything that is discussing renewable energy or alternative energy. And you can see here, we're already starting with way more than we started with the last time. There's about 51,000 items that are being retrieved. And again, after we do all of our limiters, we're looking still at more results than we had when we were just searching renewable energy, because the or function is broadening the search. So if we go back to this, you'll see you would have probably noticed that we have one more word, right? This not function. Now the not function is really, really powerful. I tell people to exercise caution with using the not function because it is really great at filtering out everything that you put right here next to it, right? So let's say that you are looking at renewable energy, but you do not care about solar energy whatsoever, right? You've had enough of solar energy. You don't want to learn about it. You want to learn about something else. So you click not here, and then you say solar energy. And you will once again see that this is another way to limit a search. However, what I will say about the not function is that it is very, like I said, very good at filtering out things, but you may find that sometimes there could be articles that would be helpful for your paper about renewable energy that do mention solar energy as part of their subjects or keywords or abstract or any of that. The not function, though, will filter those out completely, and you may be missing the perfect article without even knowing it. It may still be useful for you, even if it does discuss solar energy a little bit. So I do recommend exercising caution with this one. But if you are absolutely certain that you want to, I just want you to know that it is there. Now, The next one we're going to look at is CQ Researcher. So when we open up CQ Researcher, go over here when you hit this landing page, make sure you click CQ Researcher. And then here, what's really great about this one is it is a fantastic resource for anything that is considered like controversial or would have multiple points of view or is like a current event. I've also heard that, or I saw somewhere that I thought CQ Researcher has government reports from dating back to like the 1700s, which is also really cool. So anything like that, this would be a fantastic resource to use. So we're going to type in renewable energy and see what happens. All right. So when you go over here to your quick filters, you're going to want to make sure you click this content available to me. It means that whatever's being retrieved has like a linked full text to go along with it. And then you can also do this with the publication date. You have a little bit of a slider here. So let's move it up to 2015. That was about 10 years ago now, right? So we're going to hit apply filter. And now you can see all of these different reports that are getting retrieved for you. What's really interesting about these reports, and I'd like to show people this as well, is if you are interested, for example, in the nuclear power resurgence, you can see that these reports on CQ Researcher have all kinds of extra information. So you can see that there's like an introduction here, but if you go here, there's an overview. It kind of gives you an overview of the issue at hand. If you go here, here's the background of like the history of nuclear energy. And then if you go here to the current situation, this talks to about the domestic nuclear policy, things like that, the current situation of nuclear energy, right? And then you go to short features here, some sort of like little articles that you can look at as well. What I really like is this right here, the pro con. So it gives you a chance to look at somebody who, for example, is pro nuclear energy, right? She has this written here talking about the good things about nuclear energy. Or here, the con, you could look at this, and this person here, he's talking about the bad parts of nuclear energy. So you get a chance to look at both sides of the discussion all at once in the same resource, right? This one also has discussion questions. Here are some questions to consider while discussing the nuclear energy resurgence. There's a chronology here if you want to look at that. There's even contacts for the authors here if you are that interested in getting a hold of them. CQ Researcher is really, really good at getting you these reports that are going to give you a wide breadth of information about a topic. And I think it's super useful and really helpful when especially when you're starting your research, but also to kind of help propel you along to make sure that you are getting the best kind of research gathered that you can. Next, we're going to be taking a look at Credo Reference Library. I really like Credo Reference Library because it is kind of like Encyclopedia Britannica in a way without having to be limited by the searches that you do. So for an example, again, if we're talking about renewable energy, Credo pulls from any kind of reference material or something that is considered a scholarly nonfiction book or article to help kind of give definitions or have like pages that give a broad overview of a topic. For example, here you can see here, renewable energy, it's coming from Green Cities, an A to Z guide, which is a reference source. And if you go here where it says read more, it will take you to this huge article that talks about all kinds of different renewable energy, right? Talks about water, geothermal, wind, solar, etc., right? Well, this is really cool to look through, but let's say that you get curious about other things, right? But you don't really know where to start. Credo is really cool because it has these related searches over here. So if, for example, you're getting more interested in photovoltaics of all the things, because I don't know what those are, right? And maybe you don't either, but you want to learn. You click that, it starts searching for you. And then it gives you other related concepts for you to look at that are related to photovoltaics. It's a really great way to kind of go down a Wikipedia rabbit hole without being on Wikipedia. I really like Credo Reference a lot. And I find it really, really useful, especially as another launching off point for any kind of topic that you might be doing as far as researching here at KCC.